I'll come back to you, Moses. Of course, you talked about judo, you talked about football, and so many other sports. What is the most appealing to the youths of this county?
Specifically, the way I had informed you earlier, what at least has made us to stand, or what has made us at least to be where we are today, is more about all, I can say, in terms of football, we are doing well, because our youths participated and we won the first inter-counties championship. Second, our girls won the second edition in Kwale. Looking at in terms of judo, our boys are going to present they're going to present Kenya in the African Youth Championship. Looking at in terms of boxing, we have a good number of them who have been taken through Nairobi League. So you find that everything is equal, and because at the end of the day, it's like because of our performance and our standards, our buy is raised to another level.
All right.
Yeah.
Ken, if you don't mind,
yes.
Can you share your testimony before this organization came into your life?
Yeah, it's been a struggle as a footballer.
Okay.
Like getting the exposure, like where you can showcase your talent. It's been a headache. But when they came through, at least by them organizing the tournaments, the small leagues, you know, at least we could get the chance of exposing ourselves through the FKF. So through that ranks, at least I got exposed, because before I went for my first semi-professional football, I used to play for a team around there, and during the tournament, one of the coaches of NSL, National Super League, came and watched us play.
Okay.
And that's where I was spotted. Yeah, he's a German coach. Yeah, that's where I was spotted, and he picked me to go and play for his team, which happens to be Ligi Ndogo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you came to be.
Yeah, through the tournaments and the leagues. Yeah.
All right, Kennedy, let me come to you. Earlier on during the break, I asked you, are you partnering with different counties? And you said no, because this is competition.
Exactly.
Why so? Because it's all about building our nation.
Each and every county has got their own set of officials.
Okay.
So you cannot overlap their mandate. Another thing also is that every county has got high potential of good players. Now, for us, it's just to concentrate with the best Kajiado can give.
Okay.
And our main objectives is that we want Kajiado to be #1 sporting county in this country. And the first inter-counties tournament, we emerged the first, and the girls came third. And the next year, the girls won the inter-counties. So you can see so far we are doing well, but we still want to maintain there and rule football in inter-counties.
Okay.
What we need in Kajiado County is that we need a bit of infrastructure. We don't have enough stadiums so that it can improve our standard and move us forward. Once we have that, I think will help Kenya to move forward.
All right, Moses, let me come to you. You started this organization by yourself.
Yeah.
How many years has it been? Where did you get the resources?
Sure. Actually, at least I can say we've been supported by well-wishers.
Okay.
And most of the people, at least for this opportunity that I'm getting, like in KTN, there are so many people come on board and say that, okay, I'll support. We have been supported with East Africa Portland Cement. We're supported by Mombasa Cement. The last time we were supported during our gala, Moran's Gala, we were supported by CS Amina Mohammed, which she contributed her funds from her own pocket.
Okay.
And she said, okay, let me support these guys so that they can move forward. So it's not that easy. It's something that you have passion. Sometimes you have to spend your own funds, and sometimes you have to borrow. Sometimes you have to get even loan to ensure that at least those activities are running. Because if you don't do that, a good number of boys or girls, they'll get lost. And once they get lost, that means that at least we are not able to manage them in future. And that's now a problem that at least we may experience, and people may not see the answers of it. But for us, we see the answers, because if we leave these boys if we leave them without any support, then it's quite a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is there any age bracket of the people, the children or the youth joining the organization, Ken?
Yeah, actually, like the two departments are trying to work together to adopt the new FKF program, like the one for under 13 to under 16, under 20, so that we can be in the right track with the organization, with the FKF. So what we are trying right now, like with the organization, is we come up with a program like academies under 13, so that we can have more youths like growing from one step to another and getting the chance of exposing their talent in the bigger stage. Because I believe like in the next few years, like the FKF will be taking those ranks, so that those are the initiative right now. Like with the organization, we're trying to put in place, so that the children doesn't get behind that much and be in the national level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kennedy, he talked about a few years. Of course, as FKF, I believe you have a strategy towards implementing issues in the federation. But then in Kajiado County specifically, of course, there's the issue of talent. How, in a few years, where do you want to be as FKF in terms of nurturing talent?
Spoke to FKF headquarters, and what we need to do, we need to have coaching programs, because I think that's where the base is. Now, if we have many coaches, quality coaches, coaching the under 13s and 15s, we can yield to have quality players at the end of the day, as opposed to coaching the elite. And then the base, there is nothing.
Yes.
So I think they are convinced that actually coaching should start from the platform.
Okay.
Yeah, from the foundation, so that at the end of the day they could have that pyramid, have so many players down there, shaping up to the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
Some few years back, we did some six-a-side, small-sided games, and instead of giving trophies, we collaborated with the Leza Hill School, and the school donated the ungas, the chapatis, and just food stuff.
Okay.
So we didn't give, the traditional trophies or money. So we gave food stuff.
Okay.
So each and every team had a bundle of unga to take home.
Are the beneficiaries, from the organization, are there any that are in the international teams or even perhaps the national teams?
Wow. At the moment, we have a good number of them, but at least the beauty part of it, there are some clubs that if you pronounce, it's difficult, but at least we have one of them called Capello.
Okay.
Capello at least plays for an international club. The current captain of Southern Sudan came through our hand.
Yeah.
Currently, the boys who are going to present Kenya in the judo African Championship. At least a good number of them, they come from our organization. The best models, the lady who won Miss Fire Kenya 2017.
Yes.
She comes from our organization.
Okay.
And not only that, we're looking in terms of at least representation or in terms of competition, but we're looking in terms of at least they've been able to get some jobs. Some of them have been able to get scholarship. Some of them at least have been able at least to be accommodated in terms of their talent. So there are so many issues at least on board. At least for Ken, there's something, he played for Harambee Stars, but you know that in Kenya there's a lot of issues whereby at least today you have this coach, tomorrow you have another coach.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a graduate, but that's the problem. But we have the talents.
Okay.
We have the best.
All right, Ken. One, you're a beneficiary. So as beneficiaries maybe in the organization, do you have any plans, not only just to wait for the organization to help others, but as beneficiaries, do you also reach out to other talents in the county?
Yeah, we do. Like last, the holiday, December, like we had a clinic. Like you said, the captain of Sudan was around. The guy from Germany was around. So we organized a clinic, which we always organize it annually, like either yearly mid or end of the year, December. Like last year, we hosted a tournament, and we invited all the teams around, and we shared our knowledge about football and everything.
All right, Kennedy. Now, in sports in the country, there has been so many issues, funds mismanagement, and so many others. As FKF, what are you doing to ensure that this does not happen in your county?
I think the most important thing is whenever you do things, you just have to do it sincerely. Because as we compete with other federations, let's say in Africa, now the difference would be how other federations, they do their business and how we do their business. That's the difference between where Kenya is and where others are. So if we can be sincere in what we do, I'm sure we can even move into the World Cup.
Okay.
We just have to be sincere and do it holistically.
On the same, you see, on the same issue, Kenya, we have a long way to go because in terms of the rights, you see, like for the sports person, for them to pull out, people didn't understand why. But I believe that at least if we have good, or if we have some of the sustainable projects, we're able to make it, because what we do, we rely more on the donors, but we are not able to come up with our own models. We are not able to come up with our own investment projects. So that's why you find that at least even the FC or the Gor Mahia, they cannot sustain themselves in the next 5 years. So unless we change our minds, we change everything, and then at least we come up with some of the investments programs, and that at least will really help in Kenya. But without that, that will be a challenge.
Let me stay with you. Of course, challenges are inevitable everywhere. What challenges have you faced in the organization so far?
Actually, in terms of, you say there is that at least, we find that at least there is that denial. Denial whereby at least if you tell the parent at least you want a daughter to play, the parent will tell you, oh no, hey, this person anataka kuchukua mtoto wangu for something else. Are you seeing that? So that denial, that's one of the biggest challenges that we have. But at least we have been able to address it at the end of the day, because some of the parents, they have seen the outcome of our organization. They have seen at least the way we have impacted other people in the community. The other thing that at least it has been the financial issue. But with the financial issue, I'm coming up with a new model on the investment. And this model at least whereby we are going to ensure that those who play football, they're not able only to be sustained in terms of at least of getting something small, but they're able to come up with some projects that will drive them for the next 10 years. Like we have a team that's called Borobudur Fc. So this Borobudur Fc, we are looking for at least a startup, like a loan, or we are looking for a grant, whereby at least we're able to buy like 5 piki. So if we buy like 5 motorcycles, and then we give to them, then at least they're able to get something, and then at least they contribute in the account. And once they contribute in account, they're able to get another 5, that will be 10, and then at least they'll get another 5, and then 20. So every member will be able to have his own piki, and they'll be able at least to save and then support the rest of the teams. So we are coming up with a clear model of investment for that project.
All right, Kennedy, he's raised a very important issue. Parents most of the times do not support their children when it comes to talent, when it comes to skills. As a federation, what rules or what options are you putting in place to ensure that, you communicate to parents and and encourage them about these issues of talent?
You know, it's not easy to win a trust from a parent.
Yes.
Which parent can give you a son or daughter to go with? It's not easy. So basically, that's a challenge to us. And also, so long as we don't have, you know, stadiums, small stadiums, so that everybody could come, parents even can come and watch the kids play.
Yes.
So those are the things, those are the missing ingredients in footballs, so that we can really move forward. But now, if we have just an open space whereby nobody just can come and watch, it becomes very difficult.
Okay.
But we try very hard to communicate with the parents, so that they know what time, so that they know our programs, and so that they know that the time they expect their children to be back. So we always try to organize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ken, what are the challenges you face as a beneficiary?
One of the challenges is the peer pressure. There's always the peer pressure, like everyone wants to know like how you made it there, you know. But with the programs, like they always have like meetings, maybe on weekends. They invite us, we share. Yeah. And as a beneficiary, like one of the challenges is the pitches. The way you said, like you have very few pitches in Kajiado. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, to the standards, you find like maybe in one location or one county you have only one pitch, and that pitch is not that up to the standard. So you find like you struggle. Other challenges are like the basic needs, like boots, uniform for training. You know, those are the challenges like we face every day. And that like most of the youths, like most of them like give up in between because of those challenges, because there's no one who is trying to come and help them.
Yes.
Like buy balls, like give them that time, that attention, you know. Yeah. But of late, like the parents, at least they're coming up. They're pulling up their sock. They're now trying to support their kids.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you have any initiatives where you get footballers, you know, those that have already made a mark in the country to come speak to these new talents?
Actually, we normally have those programs whereby we call them mentorship programs, follow-up programs. Actually, we do them during Christmas Eve, whereby at least they have that opportunity at least to come and give back. And okay, it's not easy.
Yes,
some of them they'll tell you nitakuja, but they'll not. But at least for those who are willing, it's possible. Or sometimes at least what we do, we get even others from outside. So we tell them, okay, what you need to do, please come and speak to these people. Come and please and assure them. So normally that's what happened. For the likes of Ken, Ken not only playing football, it's a graduate. So people are able to get from Ken and able to understand, hey, what is Ken doing at the end of the day?
Yes.
Ken, we have made it in life. Okay, this is what you have done. So it's possible. So we have various programs.
All right.
Yeah.
Kennedy, as we conclude, what is your parting shot? What would you like to tell our viewers?
I think the most important thing is that sports is there to be inherited by our kids.
Okay.
And structures have got to be there for the kids to inherit. So if the government also could come and, you know, have the same vision with us, and then I'm sure I think we'll have a very bright Kenya.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Ken.
Yeah, my parting shot will be, I would like to like request the institutions, like corporates, like individuals, like to come and support such a vision.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you'll find like if we don't support it, like we'll only have a few people coming out of that project instead of a pool of youths like coming, and that will be like a job employment. Because at some point, like football, like pays, it really pays, yeah. So they should know that like there are kids out there, apart from going for a white collar job, they can do sports.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they should really support, especially the county government, coming up with the pitches, balls, yeah, the basic needs for a footballer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, Moses, but before you give us your parting shot, in case there are donors that are watching us right now, if they want to contribute or to help, how exactly can they reach you?
One, at least we have our bank account. Second, at least we have a pay bill number. At least we'll be able to share. And then third, they can call us at any time.
So what is your parting shot?
One, I can say with clear blueprint, we're able to change the life of many. We need to focus our mind, not seeing people as others, but we need to embrace one another. Okay. And we need to embrace people in different ways. It's only sport that can change their lives. It's only sports that at least can ensure that at least we move to another level. We have girls that at least we call them sex workers. We have those men that at least who have lost hope. We have those youths who are not able to go back to school, but we can use that at least an opportunity, sports as an opportunity to transform the life of many. We can use sports as an opportunity to ensure that at least we're able to move to higher level, to bigger destination.
All right, of course, you know, at this time and age, we expect you to have an Instagram, Twitter, or even Facebook account. What exactly is it?
Because at least we've been able to do some changes because of the consultation. You find that at least people are saying, oh, please rename this organization to this. So you find that at least in that process, at least we are able to change, to do the overhaul of everything. So by the time, at least by the end of this month, we'll be able to align. Okay,
so how can we reach you at the moment?
At the moment, at least we have an email address.
Which is?
For our case, that at least you can use that Kamalik. Kamalik.j.moses@gmail.
Okay, kamalik.j.moses@gmail.com.
Kajiadosports@gmail.com.
All right.
Yes.
Kajiadosports@gmail.com. All right. Thank you very much, Moses Jemnyango. To my immediate left, who is a sports organizer at Kajiado County Sports Slums Organization. Next to him is Ken Maritime, who's a footballer and also beneficiary. And last but not least, Kennedy Bwibo, who is the chairman of FKF at Kajiado County Sub-Branch. Thank you very much for making time joining us here on Morning Express. That's where we come to a close. Thank you for being with us for the past 4 hours. It's always a pleasure for you joining us here. My name is Ashley Mazuri. Have a good day and a blessed week. Up next is the Center.